What's up, guys? Yo, Jeff here, and I just finished watching Smackdown Live September 13th edition, the first show after the Backlash pay-per-view 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, whatever you want to say. And let's talk about the show. Let's take a look and see how the post-Backlash Smackdown Live was. So let's start with the beginning, because there wasn't a big thing really happening on this show. So, I mean, I guess you could say the biggest thing happened in the beginning, but no huge thing happening. So let's start with the beginning. AJ Styles opens up the show, the new WWE World Champion. What a scene. Whoever thought we'd see that one day. AJ Styles, WWE World Champion. Still, I can't believe it. I'm still, in shock that, he's actually a champion. Never thought this day would happen, but it has. So anyway, he opens the show. Gets a huge pop from the Philly crowd. I was thinking about going to this show. I live like 45 minutes away from the Wells Fargo Center, but I decided not to go. I saw Raw was coming in December. I'll probably go to that, but didn't go to Smackdown tonight though. But anyway, gets a huge pop. He comes out, cuts a promo, typical heel promo. Starts talking. He's saying he's a face that runs the place. Been using that line a lot lately. Ever since he beat John Cena back at SummerSlam. So then who comes out? John Cena. John Cena makes his return. He's back. Pretty sure this is his first appearance since SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't know if he's been on WWE TV since then. But yeah, Cena returns. He was going to return eventually. I mean, and it made the most sense. It was kind of obvious he would be coming back tonight. So yeah, he comes out, and then he comes out, he starts saying, he wants it back, the title back. He didn't say he wants the title back, So AJ Styles, being a typical heel, thinks he wants his armband back. So he takes his armband off and throws it at him. But that's just the heel AJ Styles playing the heel role. Of course, we all know John wants the title. He wants to become the 16-time world champion, tie Ric Flair's record. Could that be happening soon? Because Will Big Match John be getting another big match for the title soon? Next pay-per-view, maybe No Mercy. Let's see. Anyway, they're arguing, and then, as expected, here comes Dean Ambrose. He comes out. He's like, I lost last night, but I'm still here. I have a rematch. What and all that. So then they're all arguing. Then Shane McMahon comes out. He's obviously gonna come out and announce something. Match at No Mercy. So he says, we're going to have a triple threat match at No Mercy. Makes sense. Ambrose gets his rematch. Cena, he's back here again. And there's no one really else for him to feud with on the SmackDown roster. I mean, if you look at it, makes sense. I mean, you just kind of have to throw him in this feud. Continue his little feud with Styles here. I mean, it's been a long feud. Good feud, though. So yeah, we get a triple threat match, No Mercy, October 9th, I think. That is... It's in like 2 weeks. It feels like the pay-per-views are like every week. Not 2 weeks. I would say 3 weeks. 3 weeks. First week in October. I don't know. Maybe 4. Who knows? I don't even know. It's September 13th. I'm losing track of what day it is. Anyway. Getting off topic here. So yeah, we get the triple threat match. No Mercy. So that's that. What happens after that? Pointless match. Usos defeat the Hype Bros. They just versed 48 hours ago. Backlash. They verse again. The Usos win again. Pretty much burying the Hype Bros here. I mean, not going to see them as champs anytime soon, I would say. Usos win the match. Not much to talk about here. So then The Miz comes out with Maurice. Cuts a promo. How he's the best, and then here comes Dolph Ziggler. And they're going to continue this feud with them, it looks like. He comes out, and then, they're arguing again. And I feel like we just saw this 2 weeks ago, last week on SmackDown, right? So then Daniel Bryan comes out, and, The Miz has got a little feud going with him, too. So then Daniel Bryan, says there'll be a match. Dolph will get another shot at the title. But then The Miz, he's all mad and stuff, and, he walks away. He says he wants his contract redone or whatever, something like that he's been complaining about. So he just walks out. Him and Maurice walk right through the crowd. They leave. and that's it. No match, no nothing. So that's that. It'll be interesting to see where they go with this. I said in my Raw review yesterday that I could see Daniel Bryan possibly getting back in the ring. I mean, they're going somewhere with this feud between him and The Miz. So maybe Survivor Series, I keep saying. Maybe, it looks like we're getting Dolph versus The Miz for the IC title again. And then I would expect The Miz to win that match again. And then could we see a match at Survivor Series? Daniel Bryan return to the ring? It's possible. Next we get Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. And the show's starting to look like it's going to be Backlash all over again. Part 2. We already had the Usos versus the Hype Bros. Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. I didn't even talk about this in my Backlash review because it was on the pre-show. I completely forgot about it. I didn't even watch the match because they announced it during the pre-show that the match would happen. Anyway, the match never even happened tonight. Apollo Crews makes his entrance, comes out up on the second rope. And then Corbin attacks him from behind. He starts beating him up. But then, out of the blue, Jack Swagger shows up. And if you remember, on Raw, he was on Raw yesterday. He was on the Raw roster. There was a thing he was saying his contract was up with Raw. Shows up on SmackDown. And I did say in my review yesterday that I could see him possibly coming to SmackDown. It could be like a work for him to come to SmackDown because he said Raw contract, not WWE contract. And it was just, kayfabe contract. It wasn't his real contract was up. That's just, his TV and all that. What they're going to say there. But he shows up. He comes out. He attacks Corbin. And then, he cuts a promo. So that's that. So Jack Swagger's on the SmackDown roster. And looks like he's going to be in a feud with Baron Corbin. Interesting. He didn't get really much of a reaction from the crowd. But yeah, I don't know. What I was going to say, hold on. Before I get to the next topic, they need him. They need Jack Swagger. SmackDown needs anything. As thin as their roster is, they need anything. After losing Alberto Del Rio, who was at least a solid player on the card there, they need Swagger to come over. He could have filled that role for Del Rio, former world champ, kind of lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? A guy, he could be a top guy. He was a top guy. I don't know if he's going to be a top guy again. But they need anything on SmackDown. The roster's so thin, and there's all this talent on Raw, and it's just you go back to the draft, and it's like, what were they thinking here? Why did they put so much talent on Raw, and then SmackDown, you got left so thin a roster, and Raw's got all this talent they're not even using, and then they got the Cruiserweight division coming in next week, and it's going to be there's going to be more talent wasted. We're not even going to start seeing guys. And then, you got SmackDown where they can barely, same guys on every week. They don't really have anybody else. What do we got next? Becky Lynch interview. First interview as the women's champ. SmackDown women's champ. Well, first in-ring interview. I don't know what it was. She came out, got interviewed. Thanks to the crowd, everyone. All that, and then we earlier in the night they announced there's going to be a fatal 5-way #1 contenders match. Basically the same match we saw Sunday, just not with Becky Lynch, and the winner of the match would face Becky Lynch at No Mercy for the new title. And that match happened right after they all came out, and kind of surprised at who won the match. I didn't think they would go this way. I thought it was going to be maybe Natalya or Nikki Bella or something, but Alexa Bliss won the match. So we're going to see Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's title at No Mercy on October 9th. That's a little interesting. I didn't see it. I'm okay with it. It'll be interesting to see what they do here, but that's that. Next, we get Heath Slater officially signs the contract to SmackDown. It's official. He's officially part of the show now. He's the SmackDown champ with Rhino. He comes out. They're in the ring. Shane's in the ring. Signs the contract. And then the Ascension comes out. Yeah, the Ascension. Forgot they were even around still. They come out. They start talking. They want a title and all that. And then Shane's like, we could do it. Get a referee out here and have a match. They do a commercial break, come back, and the tag titles are on the line, just like that. First defense for Slater and Rhino. versus the Ascension. I'm thinking no way they're going to put the titles on the Ascension, and that's right, they didn't put the titles on the Ascension. I don't know how long they're going to have Slater and Rhino hold the titles. I was thinking once American Alpha gets back, could see a match maybe at No Mercy, but I thought they, like I said before, I think they were just putting the titles on Slater and Rhino just so Slater could get that contract. But I definitely see it once American Alpha is healthy, they'll probably take the titles from them, and that should be around No Mercy time. All right, what do we got next? So then there's a segment backstage. They announced in the beginning of the show as well, I completely forgot it, that the main event would be a tag match. Dean Ambrose teaming with John Cena, take on AJ Styles and a partner of his choice, and if he couldn't find a partner, they would assign one to him. So throughout the night, he tried to get Baron Corbin to be his partner. That didn't work out. And then he tried to get Kane. That didn't work out. So then there was a segment backstage where Daniel Bryan said, he's like, you haven't found a partner yet. So then he brings a partner in for him. And the partner he brings in for him is a jobber. And it's a jobber. I'm thinking, well, I've seen this guy before. I've seen this guy. It was the guy we've seen on Raw. He jobbed out to Braun Strowman. I think it might have been like the first Raw of the new era. The one after Battleground. The first squash match for Braun Strowman. That guy, James Ellsworth. What was his name? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, James Ellsworth. That guy. He returned. So the main event's going to be AJ Styles, James Ellsworth teaming up to take on Dean Ambrose, John Cena. So what's going on here? So then AJ Styles later that night, he says he could do this all alone. He doesn't need a partner. Yeah. So then he comes out, and then the jobber, he comes out, makes his entrance, and then the Miz attacks him from behind. So it looks like the Miz is going to be his partner now. So yeah, that's that. The Miz, AJ Styles take on Dean Ambrose, John Cena, tag team match main event. Not too exciting here. I mean, I don't really care for the tag team match main events unless there's like a title on the line or anything, but just a basic main event. Dean Ambrose, John Cena win. John Cena's up on the top celebrating on the rope, and then as he gets down, Dean Ambrose hits him with the Dirty Deeds to end the show. So obviously putting the build toward their match, the triple threat match at No Mercy at October 9th. Hold up, I think I might have missed something here. I did, I missed a few things. Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt segment. So Randy Orton comes out. Now here's the thing I don't get. Randy Orton couldn't compete at Backlash on Sunday, but then there was a Smackdown Live event last night during Raw, and Randy Orton was apparently competing in that match. He was teaming with John Cena. I don't know why. So all of a sudden, one day later you can compete. I don't know. He comes out, calls out Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt comes out. Well, he did. He cuts a promo on his, with the smoke in the room and everything, and the chair and all that, and the lantern. And then all of a sudden lights go out, and there he is. He's standing right in front of the announce table. So they're about to fight, and then as soon as they're about to fight, lights go out again. Bray Wyatt disappears, and then Eric Rowan's in the ring. And I'm thinking, didn't they break up? Didn't Bray Wyatt and them get into it and throw away? And now all of a sudden Rowan's back with him again. What are they doing here? So anyway, Rowan starts beating him up, and then out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits him with an RKO. Poor Rowan. We can't take Rowan seriously anymore. After losing to 6 seconds to The Rock back at WrestleMania, I don't think we're ever going to be able to take Eric Rowan any serious anymore, because they really made him. Oh man, poor guy. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the show. So now the question is, Raw or SmackDown? What was better this week? I don't know. It was kind of another lackluster week, if you ask me. I mean, definitely better than last week. All in all, last week was brutal. But I guess I'll give it to SmackDown this week. SmackDown was pretty good. I don't know. It's close though this week. I mean, they were both kind of good. Weren't the best. But I'll give it to SmackDown this week. We need improvement here. Hopefully next week we can get some better shows out of Raw and SmackDown. You know it's going to be a good show tomorrow, the Cruiserweight Classic Finals. I'll be watching. I'll do a review on that after that's over. I might not do that. I might just do it Thursday or whatever. But that's tomorrow. That should be good. There's a couple of good matches there. And but yeah, that's it for SmackDown. Follow me on Twitter at Jeff Tuffner. I tweet during the shows. And subscribe Let me know what you thought of SmackDown tonight, what you thought was the better show this week, SmackDown or Raw. And thank you for watching.